So without sounding too familiar, I like minifigs. Minifigs are some of the coolest things that LEGO produce, and the fact that they now do them in like foil bags that you can buy for 2 or 3 quid, and not only are they that cheap, they're incredibly detailed, with most of them coming with unique molded accessories, arm printing and side leg printing. This obviously makes these minifigures incredibly desirable, but obviously with no set to put these in, you're either putting these minifigures into older sets, or they're just on a shelf somewhere gathering dust. Take mine for example. I currently bought the Marvel CMF and they're in this box under my bed. I don't want these minifigures damaged, as I'd love to display them in a more permanent solution later on down the line, and it's the same with my Harry Potter minifigures. In one of my first ever videos I said that I was trying to collect all of Series 1, and I've now done that, and they're just in these cups in my display case, mainly because they take up a long stretch of space if I want to display them all next to each other. So that obviously brings me to the point of this video, the one mod I believe every single person should do to their CMF series, and that's finding a display solution. Now there are many ways to do this, from getting one custom made on Etsy, buying some cheap one from the dark corner of the internet, or buying LEGO's actual solution, which is good in one way, but it can't hold all the minifigs. No, when looking at all of these CMFs and seeing how many of them there are, especially with a lot of them now sticking to a 12-figure format, we can look at them getting truly kitted out in something like this. Of course, these are the Wicked Brick cases. I've had many Wicked Brick cases before, and this isn't the last time I'm sure I'll talk about them, but since my last video about me talking about these cases, I always wondered whether I could do the same thing just using my CMFs. As even though these wall-mounted cases are not specifically built for CMFs, I wanted to put forward the challenge to Wicked Brick to see if a full set of CMFs could be fit inside one of their new wall-mounted cases instead of their dedicated CMF cases, which as far as I'm aware at the moment can't be mounted on a wall. And a couple of weeks later this showed up, so it was important to me to get building straight away. Now these cases come flat packed in a protective film, so yes, you do have to build them, but they're relatively easy. And yes, these are the same cases that they sent me before, just at specific numbers, length and width ways to fit things like the Marvel CMF in. This first one is a 1x12, and as you can see, it fits all of my Marvel figures from the new CMF in, and now this will allow me to put these figures on a wall and then remain protected. As figures like this, I truly see as ornaments for the home, and especially when you have these cases and now multiple cases, it really can turn your casual minifig display into something really nice. As with the Marvel one, I really did think I was going to struggle getting Falcon in here, because all of these minifigures are spaced out specifically, but with a bit of tweaking I managed to get him in there and the 2 figures next to him okay in there without hitting the wings. So I saw that as a giant plus. The only one that actually did give me problems was Alligator Loki, but he thankfully just sits there on the acrylic. As for the Looney Tunes ones, I went for a smaller case. Now this is a 6x2. This is the type of case which I really like for CMFs, and if you've got a smaller space, this might be ideal for you, and as far as I'm aware, they're the same price as the 1x12s. So Wicked Brick have you covered if you've not got a lot of wall space. Not only that, but a lot of these minifigs accessories fit in here as well, all but the Tasmanian Devil's spinny top thing, but it's okay because I lost that pretty much as soon as I took it out the bag. But this is the true test and the one I was most excited for. Now I know we all like Marvel on this channel, but I was a massive Harry Potter fan before this, therefore I have Series 1 and Series 2 of the Harry Potter CMFs. And this one being slightly different, where it has 16 figures, I ended up getting this behemoth of a case. Now this is a 16x3, as I'm future-proofing myself, as I'm pretty sure they're going to make another Harry Potter CMF next year. There's just too many minifigs missing for them not to. But hey, if they don't, I'll just put regular Harry Potter minifigs in here. I'll probably use those ones from the books, because they were the most detailed figures out of this year, and I don't display the sets, I actually used them for my park collection, so I just have those minifigures displayed currently in their own display case. But as you can see here, these 2 series actually fit in fine. I was surprised because I thought there were a lot more accessories with the Harry Potter CMF, but honestly I seem like I got that covered, and I think this would look great on the wall next to the 2 others. And the best thing about this is if they make another Marvel CMF later on in the future, which I'm sure they'll do, I can either buy a 6x2 or a 1x12 case and arrange them on the wall that I believe looks nice, and I can continuously do this until basically my wall is full. I loved the last cases Wicked Brick sent me, and again I thank them for sending me these ones. I truly do think that they are some of the best solutions for displaying your LEGO sets, hence why I've worked with them again. And even though this video has taken a lot longer than expected, I love their products and I highly recommend you guys checking the link in the description, which will take you straight to their website, to these display cases, and anything you buy on there gives the channel a little bit of support as well. So whether you want to follow this modification and just kit your CMF out with a nice case to put them in, or maybe you just have some generic minifigures that you want to keep a bit more safe, or maybe you want to take that Star Wars ship off the ground, or put that Daily Bugle in its own comic book, check out Wicked Brick. They're the company I use whenever I buy a kit. case. In fact, I even made a video talking about putting minifigures in these cases. Why don't you check that out? Thanks so much to Wicked Brick for sponsoring this one. Click the screen. I'll see you in the next one.